The volume of a sphere is 1.76 meter cube. The volume of 25 such spheres, taking into account of significant figures, is the total volume of 25 spheres is given by 25 into 1.76 meter cube, which is equal to 44.00 meter cube. Now, the number 25 has infinite significant figures since this number is a constant, and the number 1.76 has 3 significant figures because all non-zero digits are significant. Now, according to the rule to find the significant figures for product, the answer should have 3 significant figures. Therefore, the total volume of 25 spheres is given by 44.0 meter cube. Option B is the right choice. A spherometer has 250 equal divisions marked along the periphery of its disc, and one full rotation of the disc advances on the main scale by 0.625 centimeter. The least count of the system is. Here it is given that number of divisions on head scale n equals 250 and the distance moved on the pitch scale by one rotation x equals 0.625 centimeter. By the definition of least count, we have LC equals x divided by n. Substituting and simplifying, we get least count equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 centimeter. Option C is the right choice. A pressure of 10 power 6 dyne per centimeter squared is equivalent to, we know that 1 dyne is equal to 10 power minus 5 Newton and 1 centimeter equals 10 power minus 2 meter. Now 10 power 6 dyne divided by centimeter squared is equal to 10 power 6 into 10 power minus 5 Newton divided by 10 power minus 2 whole squared meter squared. Upon solving, we get 10 power 5 Newton per meter squared as answer. Option A is the right choice. A certain body weighs 22.42 grams and has a measured volume of 4.7 cc. The possible error in the measurement of mass and volume are 0.01 gram and 0.1 cc. Then maximum error in the density will be. We all know that density is given by mass divided by volume. Therefore, relative error in density is 1 time relative error in mass plus 1 time relative error in volume. So, we can multiply by 100 to get the percentage error in density. Upon simplification, we have the percentage error in density equals 1 divided by 22.42 percentage plus 10 divided by 4.7 percentage. Now, let us consider the percentage error in mass, which is going to be 0.045 percentage, which is negligible, and percentage error in volume is 2.13 percentage. Upon adding, we will get answer very close to 2 percentage. Hence, option B is the right choice. Which of the following sets cannot enter into the list of fundamental quantities in any system of units? In the given set, let us take option B, which is length, time and velocity. In this, dimension of length is there directly, and we have dimension of time also directly. In the dimension of velocity, we have again length and time dimensions, but in the whole set, the mass dimension is absent. So, it can't make any system of units. Hence, option B is the right choice. If the unit of force and length are doubled, the unit of energy will be. We all know that energy spent is equal to work done, which may be written as force into displacement. Now it is given that force and displacement both are doubled, hence the energy becomes 4 times. Option D is the right choice. Given that the displacement of the particle is given by x equals a sin square kt, where t denotes the time, the unit of k is. We all know that argument of sign must be dimensionless. Therefore, we have the dimensions of kt equals m power 0, l power 0 and t power 0. Or in other words, dimensions of k is equal to 1 divided by dimensions of t. That is m power 0, l power 0 and t power minus 1. This dimension is of dimensions of frequency. Hence, the unit of k is hertz. Option A is the right choice. Dimensions of velocity gradient are same as that of. We know that velocity gradient is given by g equals dv divided by dx. Therefore, its units become meter per second divided by meter, which is second inverse. Frequency has the same unit, that is second inverse. Therefore, the dimensions of velocity gradient are same as that of frequency. Option B is the right choice. If k represents kinetic energy, v represents velocity and t represents time, and these are chosen as the fundamental units, then the unit of surface tension will be. Here let us assume that the formula for surface tension as S equals C into K power X, V power Y, T power Z. Let us consider this as equation number 1, where C is some dimensionless constant. We know that the dimensions of each and every term in equation 1, that is dimensions of surface tensions are M1, L0, T power minus 2. Dimensions of kinetic energy are m power 1, l power 2, t power minus 2. Dimensions of velocity are m0, l1, t power minus 1. Dimensions of time are m0, l0, t power 1. Now, the dimensional formula for equation 1 becomes m power 1, l power 0, t power minus 2. m power 1, l power 2, t power minus 2 whole to the power x, m power 0, l power 1, t power minus 1 whole to the power y, m power 0, l power 0, t power 1 whole to the power z. Let us compare the powers on either side. For mass dimension, we have 1 equals x. For length dimension, we have 0 equals 2x plus y. For time dimension, we have minus 2 equals minus 2x minus y plus z. Now, solving, we get x equals 1, y equals minus 2 and z equals minus 2. Putting these values in equation 1, we have s is equal to k power 1, v power minus 2, t power minus 2. Here, we have ignored the dimensionless constant c. Therefore, option A is the right choice. The velocity of sound in gas is v equals root of gamma p divided by rho, where p is pressure, rho is the density of the gas. The dimensional formula of gamma is, the given formula is Newton's Laplace formula for speed of sound in gas, where gamma stands for ratio of specific heat capacities. According to the definition, it is the ratio of specific heat capacity at constant pressure to the specific heat capacity at constant volume. Therefore, it is a dimensionless quantity. The dimensions of gamma are M0, L0, T0. Option C is the right choice.